Have you ever stopped to think that the biggest mistake successful people make is not speaking too little, but speaking too much? The truth is, we live in a world where everyone wants to be heard, but few understand the power of keeping their mouth shut at the right moment. Silence is not just a sign of intelligence, it is a secret weapon used by those who truly master the art of influence and success. While most people speak without thinking, those who understand the real game of life observe, reflect, and make strategic decisions. If you feel that your words have often caused problems, misunderstandings, or even driven away opportunities, then it's time to reverse that pattern. Speaking less doesn't mean being passive, it means having total control over what you say and when you say it. Those who master this skill become more respected, admired, and influential. The ability to listen and know the right time to speak is one of the greatest qualities of leaders, millionaires, and those who truly make a difference in the world. In this video, you'll discover why keeping quiet can be your greatest asset in transforming your life. We'll explore moments when silence is worth more than 1,000 words, how to avoid unnecessary conflicts, and why those who speak less often hold more power. If you've ever lost opportunities by talking too much or witnessed people ruin their careers because they couldn't control themselves, then this content is for you. Get ready to change your perspective on communication, influence, and power. Because the truth is simple, those who master silence earn respect, avoid enemies, and create a path to prosperity. And today, you'll learn how to do it in a practical way. Shall we begin? Many people believe that talking more is a sign of intelligence and authority, but reality proves otherwise. The habit of speaking without thinking can ruin relationships, harm opportunities, and even destroy reputations. In a world full of compulsive talkers, those who master the art of silence gain power, respect, and influence. Knowing when to keep quiet is a skill that separates the successful from those who constantly have to explain themselves. If you pay attention, you'll notice that the most admired people speak less and listen more. This happens because those who listen learn, while those who talk too much expose themselves. By avoiding unnecessary conversations and staying out of pointless discussions, you reduce the chances of unnecessary stress. Moreover, those who speak less exude an aura of mystery and confidence, which naturally attracts more respect. Too many words can lead to conflicts that could have been avoided. Have you ever noticed how often people get into trouble simply because they didn't know when to keep quiet? A lack of self-control in communication can push away opportunities, create enemies, and lead to regrets. That's why, if you want to stand out and gain more influence, you need to learn how to use words wisely and practice strategic silence. Silence is not just the absence of speech, it is a sign of intelligence and maturity. Great leaders and entrepreneurs know that the best decisions are not made in the heat of the moment, but after careful observation and reflection. The world may be noisy, but those who know when to speak and when to remain silent are the ones who truly make a difference. Speaking less is a powerful strategy that brings countless benefits to both your personal and professional life. When you reduce excessive talking, you avoid unnecessary misunderstandings. Many arguments and problems arise because someone said something without thinking, leading to misinterpretations. By practicing strategic silence, you protect yourself from situations that could harm your image and relationships. Another great advantage is that you never have to apologize for something you didn't say. Those who talk too much inevitably end up saying something inappropriate or offensive without realizing it. Later, regret sets in along with the need for damage control. But if you have self-control and know when to stay silent, you eliminate these problems before they even happen. Silence is a sign of emotional intelligence. Additionally, speaking less prevents you from making enemies due to poorly chosen words. The world is full of people who take everything personally and get offended easily. The fewer unnecessary discussions you engage in, the lighter your life becomes. This doesn't mean being passive, it means choosing your battles wisely. Ultimately, those who speak less become better listeners in a world full of talkers. Most people love to talk, but few truly listen. When you practice active listening, you begin to understand others better, gather valuable information, and strengthen your relationships. People who know how to listen are more respected and valued because they demonstrate maturity and intelligence. Knowing when to speak is important, but knowing when to stay silent is essential. One of the most critical moments to keep quiet is when you are angry. In the heat of rage, words come out unfiltered and can deeply hurt someone or create a bigger problem than necessary. How many friendships, relationships, and opportunities have been destroyed by a single sentence spoken at the wrong time? Taking a deep breath and holding your tongue can prevent regrets. Another moment when it's best to remain silent is when you're feeling sad or depressed. During these times, your mind can distort reality, making you express emotions that don't truly reflect how you feel. Many rash decisions are made under the influence of negative emotions, and poorly chosen words can push away people who could help you. Before speaking, wait until your mind is clear. If you feel the urge to criticize someone or give a sharp response, stop and think, will this truly add value, or will it just create conflict? Often, criticizing someone without being asked for your opinion only causes tension and stress. Likewise, if no one has asked what you think, maybe it's best to keep your opinion to yourself. People appreciate advice more when they are actually open to receiving it. Another classic situation where silence is golden is when you don't fully understand a topic. Many people have the habit of talking about things they don't know just to appear intelligent or to fit into a conversation. This can backfire, exposing your lack of knowledge and making the situation uncomfortable. There is no shame in admitting you don't know something. This is a sign of humility and maturity. There's a common misconception that always telling the truth is an act of courage and honesty. But do all truths really need to be spoken? Often, speaking without a filter can cause unnecessary problems, create resentment, and even push people away. If no one asked for your opinion, why give it? Unsolicited truth can come across as arrogance or destructive criticism, and instead of helping, it may do more harm than good. Before saying something, ask yourself, will this really add value to the other person, or is it just satisfying my urge to speak? Many times, people don't want to hear your opinion, especially if they didn't ask for it. And that's okay. It's not always your job to correct others or point out what you consider a mistake. When someone truly needs advice, they will seek it. Words have immense power, and those who fail to control them often pay a high price. How many people have lost opportunities, friendships, and even jobs because they spoke without thinking? There's an old saying, many people die by their own words, and this is not just a metaphor. A careless comment can cause irreparable damage, create enemies, and close doors that may never open again. Reflect on your communication habits. Have you ever had to fix a problem caused by something you said unnecessarily? Have you wasted time explaining or apologizing for impulsive words? If so, you've already felt the consequences of talking too much. The good news is that you can change. Developing self-control over your speech is a skill that can be trained, and the results are life-changing. Now that you've discovered the power of silence, why not start applying it in your life? Small adjustments in your behavior can lead to major changes in how others perceive and respect you. The power is in your hands, or rather, in your words, or the absence of them. Now it's up to you.